This is Greg Trotwine here today with Kenji Togasaki, the SVP Innovation Office of IINO Lines USA, to discuss his role in scouting, evaluating, and procuring technologies aimed to keep the IINO Lines ships efficient. So, Kenji, I very much appreciate your time. To start us off, can you just give us a by the numbers look at IINO Lines today, just metrics that give us a size and scope to your operation?
Of course. Well, thank you very much for your time, Greg, today. I really appreciate your time, and I always, read Maritime Reporter every morning, definitely. So I'm really very honored to be in here. Let me talk about a little bit about our company. IINO Lines is a Japanese shipping and real estate company with a long history dating back to 1899. Today, we operate a fleet of approximately 90 vessels across multiple segments, including chemicals tankers, gas carriers, dry bulk carriers, and oil tankers. On the organization side, we have around 200 employees on a non-consolidated basis and roughly 700 on a consolidated basis. Our global footprints spans Tokyo as well as Singapore, London, Dubai, New York, Houston, Shanghai, and other key maritime hubs. So, being an old and traditional, compact size organization, we need more innovation coming in to our company. That's why we started innovation.
As the Senior Vice President of IINO Line's Innovation Office, can you discuss what specifically are your responsibilities?
Yes, definitely. My primary job is to scout new technologies, help in implementing to our fleet with our ship technical department in Tokyo. I also decide to invest in new techs which creates synergy with us in maritime industries. So New York has been the best place for me to build relationship with startups, venture capitals, and innovation platform, since New York has three necessary innovation elements, which are industry, investors, and startups. However, I'll be moving back to Tokyo in July. Also, great place to connect Japanese maritime industry to US maritime startups. Looking forward to it.
You know, the meat of this conversation is about technology, and as you know
Mhm.
better than I, technology in the maritime space is evolving rapidly.
Yeah.
Before we dive into specific technologies, can you discuss IINO Line's technology investment priorities? Specifically, as you evaluate various technologies, what specific ends in fleet performance are you aiming to achieve?
Yes, INO has set three targets in innovation. First, decarbonization for the net zero by 2050. Second, autonomous technologies to cope with labor shortage. Third is digitalization using AI, since shipping industry is far behind in digital transformation compared to the other industries like automobile or aerospace. All these 3 points are not standalone. They interact each other. We value the technology covering more than two targets. For example, like CII rating simulation tool using AI covers both decarbonization and digitalization. Probably autonomous shipping covers all three targets. We believe that technologies will enhance our safety, reliability, and efficiency, which are all eventually connected to stakeholders' satisfaction.
Does IINO Lines conduct its own research exclusively in-house, in partnership with other Japanese organizations, or in partnership with specific technology providers?
Yeah, well, it's every time it's different, but we usually collaborate with other organizations. When we look for the solution, we often ask venture capitals to source them. And during the deal flow, we form an internal team, including user department, which may be technical department or commercial department. If we require hardware experiment during POC, we have asked shipyard to analyze the result. Our ecosystem not only startups and investors, but also existing industry community are playing inevitable role to evaluate the new technology. So we always collaborate.
can you walk me through the typical process and more importantly, the time frame from identifying the specific
Mhm.
technology or sector, from initial contact to evaluation to integration to trial and final adoption on the vessel or a fleet?
Yeah, as you assumed, every time it varies, but typically work like this. First, sourcing, that's, as I said, via our startup network or venture capitals or partners, wherever can be. We try to search on the market. And the second is initial screening, and that will be technical and commercial fit. The technology can fit to our company. Detailed evaluation, data analysis, simulation, like stakeholder review, we've done. After that, we proceed to pilot onboard trial, limited vessel deploying, and if we see the result by POC, we do the assessment and scaling decision. So timeline typically ranges from a few months to over a year. Software generally requires less time. On the contrary, hardware usually takes longer time to go through the whole process.
When you look at the technology that's already in use across the IINO Lines fleet, can you
Mhm.
discuss the specific technologies or systems that have had the greatest impact to help IINO Lines meet its goals in terms of efficiency, emissions reduction, and or safety?
Yeah, well, we have done plenty like POCs with the startups, and we love new technologies. To be honest, not every time is successful, but every time we learn something. So, several example what we did on digital side, AI-based CI optimization tool, or EU ETS Fuel EU compliance platform, both had big impact on emission management and efficiency at the same time. On hardware, we have installed rotor sails to gas tankers and dry bulker ships. We are observing significant effect. As of now, our solid result has been mainly on decarbonization, but gradually we are beginning to see the results in operation efficiency and using two robots and AI cameras. That's kind of new for us, and then we're trying to enhance those technologies as well.
Okay, that's awesome. So, the next question is looking at specific technologies, and you sent me a very nice presentation with kind of a listing of all the different ones that you're looking at. But can you discuss here the specific technologies that you and your team are evaluating today? And while I know it's a broad selection, can you
Yeah.
give overview to the prioritization of the technologies Line is investigating to help it achieve its goals?
Yeah, as you said, it's a broad range, and then even only a shipping, not including like shipyards, technologies, it's huge. I mean, I see a lot of technologies coming in. So right now, as I said, we're looking at energy saving device and autonomous technology digitalization. All of those will contribute to efficiency and or safety. As an innovation person, energy saving is easier solution to propose to our management since it is rather easy to measure an ROI. But the real challenge our industry facing is labor shortage because it's coming. The statistics are already there. So I am planning to increase the installment in autonomous related technologies soon when I get back to Tokyo.
I can't have any conversation today, seemingly personal or professional, that doesn't kind of bring AI, artificial intelligence, into the fold. I know it means 10 different things to 10 different people, but how does Lines see AI impacting your operations in the futures, and what types of internal studies or projects are currently underway?
Well, I'm a big fan of AI. I use it every day. Probably, Greg, you use it as well. I mean, most people do that as a routine now. That's amazing compared to like 5 years ago. What a fast change. 5 years we didn't have AI. If you look at how fast things are changed by AI in our daily life, I am pretty sure that same thing will happen in maritime industry as well. I can imagine all AI will be heavily used in autonomous shipping. Another great usage will be analyzing engine data. we're beginning the process how we can apply AI to the marine engineering. New ships are receiving 3,000 engine data in a minute, but those are raw data. It's just numbers coming in. So we need to analyze it and turn it to a meaningful data like predictive maintenance and fuel efficiency. So that could be done by AI. Right now, we're only relying to the experienced engineer's advice, but we can also analyze that using AI.
You're not alone. There are many ship owners facing critical seafarer shorters and turning to automation for answers. I guess how prevalent is the autonomy automation conversation within IINO Lines today?
Yes, autonomous technology is the most critical technology that industry is craving to have, and so does IINO. We also run a Japanese domestic trade. Sailors are already insured for 10 years, and it only gets worse. We have installed hold cleaning robots to offload the crew's work, installed AI cameras to enhance the safety. Those are very important elements for the future autonomous shipping, but technologies must work together if fully autonomous, right? So we need more collaboration with startups, corporates, and regulators. Regulators very important to move forward. I think we are able to learn from more from the other industry that have already achieved fully autonomous vehicles like automobiles, aviation. I think those technology have to come into the maritime as well. I think I see a lot of future that I want the engineers from automobiles flowing more into the maritime sector.